union with just a glare and a wig snatch, is now locked up for good. Yes, that Jackie. The queen of clapbacks. The self-declared boss of basketball wives. The woman who turned drama into an art form. Gone. Stripped of her glam, her platform, her freedom. And here's where it gets even messier. This ain't just about Jackie. Doug Christie, yes, Mr. Loyalty himself, is tangled in the mess, and from what we're hearing, he's not looking too innocent either. So now the question that's burning through every group chat and Twitter thread: how did Jackie go from TV royalty to federal inmate? Was this karma finally catching up to her, or did someone set her up for the fall of the century? Grab your snacks. This one's gonna sting. That picture-perfect life she broadcasted to millions. It cracked, and then crumbled. The moment the sentence dropped, the internet exploded. Jackie Christie life sentence started trending faster than you could say, basketball wives reunion. At first, folks thought it was a hoax. Clickbait. A messy headline someone cooked up for attention. But nah, this was real. Fans were stunned. Trolls had a field day. News outlets couldn't keep up. TikToks. Reels. Threads. The world watched in disbelief as Jackie's empire fell apart in broad daylight. But here's the thing, this didn't start overnight. The fall didn't come out of nowhere. The signs were there. If you knew where to look. There had been whispers. Low-key rumors about some shady business dealings. Weird withdrawals. Ex-business partners suddenly going silent. Doug's. Yup. Mr. Faithful. Mr. by her side since day one. According to investigators, Jackie had been using Doug's name on financial documents without his consent. Secret accounts allegedly tied to him. And that was just the beginning. Because once the investigation started rolling, baby, it did not stop. If you thought things couldn't get worse, buckle up. Because nothing prepared Jackie for that moment in court. The betrayal that cracked her spirit came not from a prosecutor, not from a stranger, but from Doug Christie himself. Yes. The man she stood by for decades. Her husband. Her partner. Her ride or die. When Doug stepped into that courtroom and took the stand, the whole room froze. Jackie didn't blink. Didn't breathe. It was like time paused. Jackie was sitting alone in the rec area, avoiding eye contact, clutching her paper cup like it held her sanity. A woman approached her. Mid-40s, sharp eyes, the kind of inmate who knew things. She sat down without asking. "You're Jackie Christie, right?" she said, her voice low. Jackie stiffened. "Depends who's asking." The woman leaned in. "I've heard things. About your case. About Doug." Jackie's heart skipped. "What things?" The woman looked around, then whispered, "Doug's not innocent. And neither are your friends. You think this was just bad luck? Baby, you were set up." Before Jackie could respond, the woman stood and walked away, just like that. No name. No explanation. Jackie sat frozen. Her mind exploded with paranoia. Was Doug working with someone? Had her downfall been orchestrated? That one cryptic message sent her spiraling again, but this time, her fear wasn't about prison. It was about what had been going on behind her back long before the trial. Something wasn't adding up. And Jackie was done playing dumb. Jackie knew there was one person who might have the answers, Brianna. Her former assistant. Her right hand. The girl who had seen it all, the meetings, the deals, the secrets. Brianna had disappeared the minute the scandal broke, stopped answering calls, ghosted everyone. But Jackie needed answers. Now. After pulling every string she could from inside the prison walls, she got Brianna on the phone. The line crackled. Brianna's voice came through, distant and cold. "I can't believe you're calling me." Jackie's voice cracked. "Bree, please. I need to know. Was Doug the only one?" Long pause. Then, finally, "No." Jackie's blood ran cold. "There were others," Brianna said, her voice shaking. "People close to you. People you trusted." Jackie was silent, heart pounding. "I didn't want to believe it either," Brianna continued. "But there were meetings behind your back. Deals made. Signatures forged before the investigation even started. This wasn't just about Doug saving himself. They planned this. They wanted you out." Jackie's world tilted again. All the loyalty, the sisterhood, the partnerships, lies. She hadn't just been betrayed by her husband. She'd been surrounded by traitors. She whispered, "Why didn't you tell me?" Brianna choked back. She had set up dummy corporations, rerouted funds, and masked withdrawals under business expenses. But it didn't stop there. She had also been feeding info, private files, documents, Jackie's entire financial map, to people outside the company. And Rachel? Phew. Rachel had been playing both sides. Jackie found the email chain through a contact still loyal to her, confidential exchanges between Rachel and Tanya, months before the arrest. The subject line: exit strategy. They weren't trying to help Jackie. They were preparing to replace her. The plan? Let Jackie take the fall, scoop up her assets at auction, and rebuild the brand without her. Jackie realized she hadn't just lost her freedom, they were trying to erase her. Her entire legacy, her shows, her businesses, her image, was being carved up behind her back by the very people she'd built it with. People who smiled in her face while sharpening the knives. And now Jackie knew the truth, this wasn't just betrayal. It was a takeover. But if they thought she'd go down quiet, they were dead wrong. Jackie Christie may have been locked up, but mentally, she was back in the game. Once the shock wore off and the tears dried, something snapped inside her, not broken, just refocused. The same woman who dominated reality TV with sheer willpower and a perfectly timed stare-down was now plotting her most powerful move yet, from inside a prison cell. She wasn't going to just sit and rot. No. If they wanted war, they were going to get it. The first call went to Brianna. Documents would accidentally surface. Audio clips would mysteriously leak. Whispers would become headlines. And headlines would light the internet on fire. Jackie's story wasn't over. She was about to flip the script. She'd built an empire from the spotlight, and now she was going to use that same spotlight to burn her enemies to the ground. This wasn't just survival. This was revenge. Jackie knew the clock was ticking. The walls were closing in. Tanya, Rachel, the producers who had once praised her, even the judges, they all felt her heat. And they weren't just watching. They were moving. Silencing witnesses. Scrubbing records. Planting stories to kill her momentum. But Jackie? She wasn't scared anymore. She was done being the victim. Every leaked file, every whispered tip, every viral clip was part of a bigger plan, one she designed with precision. She didn't care who she exposed. If your hands were dirty, your name was going public. She wasn't just trying to reclaim her name, she was coming for justice, and they're planning to shut you down, fast. Jackie smiled, eyes cold. Then they better move quick. Because once I hit send, there's no turning back. Fade to black. The question now isn't whether Jackie will rise again. It's how many will fall with her. So now we